Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Do Not Move to Vegas. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new show. Also, we ask that you please post the link to our show on your social media to help spread the word about our show. Now, let's get started. The real Las Vegas is much worse than the Las Vegas people see on TV. That's why today we're going to reveal why no one should move to Las Vegas, and if you can afford it, then do your best to move out of there as quickly as possible. Today, we're going to list the reasons why no one should move there or continue to reside there. The first problem is prostitution. It is everywhere. Even though it's illegal, you can't walk 5 feet without a prostitute handing you a business card or a flyer or soliciting you in some way. In fact, there are so many prostitutes walking around that if you see a girl flirting with you or looking at you, then there is a very high probability that she is a pro. Or she's an undercover cop trying to set you up for an arrest. If you go to Vegas, you should probably bring a can of some hooker repellent just to keep them away. It's literally that bad. The next issue is the crime. There are probably more criminals in Vegas than most major prisons. That's not an exaggeration. If you walk through Vegas, you'll quickly notice how many people are staring at you. They're not staring at you because they think you're good looking. They're staring at you because they are sizing you up and debating whether to rob you or assault you or rape you, whether they should steal your purse or your wallet, whether they want to grab your cell phone. In the old days, you could go into the casinos and expect a little more safety than you had out on the streets. That's not the case anymore. The casinos are overwhelmed by the criminals running in, snatching casino chips off the tables, or robbing people and then running out seconds later. Most of the casino guards are middle-aged men with pot bellies, and they can't catch these kids running in and out of the casinos. That's how quickly they do what they do. You also have to be very wary of more sophisticated criminals in Vegas who are constantly trying to steal your ID, your social security number, your credit card number, or the contents of your hotel room safe. These people are everywhere, and a lot of them work with insiders at the hotel who notify them when somebody checks into a room that looks like they may have a lot to put in the safe. The next issue is that Vegas is not family friendly at all. In fact, you could argue that it's less family friendly than any other city in the country. If you take your kids or your family out somewhere in Vegas for some family fun, and some stranger walks up and starts talking to them, you should grab them and walk away immediately, because there is a high probability that they're scouting your kids or trying to recruit them for human traffickers or sex traffickers, and these traffickers will pay them a huge finder's fee or a commission for snatching your kid right in front of you. Think it's unlikely that somebody would grab your kid out in the open? Just check out the social media sites like YouTube, and you'll be amazed at all the videos of kids being grabbed from their mother's arms right out in the open. Next, you have a terrible job market. The majority of all jobs in Vegas are low-paying, part-time service jobs that are not unionized. That's why so many people in Vegas have to work 2 or 3 or even 4 jobs. It's cringeworthy when you realize how bad the job market in Vegas is. People used to get jobs as waiters or waitresses, but now very few people tip well, so it's not like in the old days where a waitress can make enough money in a night to survive. Those days are gone. The next issue is housing. You'll have to make at least $20 an hour just to afford to live in a ghetto apartment. Are you thinking of getting a roommate once you're there? Good luck with that, because when you run an ad for a roommate, there's a high probability that a hooker will call you, and she'll want to move in that same day, and she'll want to pay you with, guess what? her sexual services. It's not an exaggeration. It's a huge problem because most hookers have terrible credit, they have criminal histories, and they can't survive a background check that most apartment complexes or landlords insist that they take. So they're always looking for roommate opportunities. And if you do let one move into your place, just watch how quickly your stuff starts to disappear. Another problem in Vegas is the problem with drugs and bed bugs. Chances are, if you live someplace inexpensive, you'll be surrounded by drug users and dealers everywhere. The opioid crisis has exploded in Vegas. How bad is it? It is so bad that there are large populations of drug users living in the underground sewers and drainage systems throughout the city. They live down there because it's free, because it's cooler, and it's out of sight for most cops. If you go on social media and check videos of some of these massive underground drug communities, you'll see that it looks like something out of a science fiction movie. One video I saw was really shocking. There are so many addicts living down there underground that the film crew filming them even bumped into a former celebrity who was broke and addicted and was living down there. When the film crew and the reporter asked why, she said she actually preferred it down there because she didn't feel like she was being judged, and she felt she was, amongst a community of like-minded addicts. You really have to see it to believe it, because just describing it doesn't do it justice. It's beyond apocalyptic. It's depressing, quite frankly, because you can see a lot of the people down there are relatively good people, except for the fact that they're hopelessly addicted. I've not seen anything like it anywhere else in the world. The next issue with Vegas is that it only has one season all year long, and that season is called Super Hot. Vegas is so hot that if you walk down the sidewalk, the soles of your shoes will heat up so badly that they become uncomfortable to walk in. Your shoes will start to feel like you're standing on an oven. The next issue, infestation. Cockroaches, mosquitoes, scorpions, lizards, everywhere. They find their way into your house. They find their way into every room of your house. They're relentless. It's a quality of life problem that will drive you nuts. Don't underestimate how annoying and creepy it is to see scorpions walking across your floor or your bed or your kitchen countertops at night. It never ends. The next problem is gambling addicts. They're everywhere, and they're constantly strolling around looking to borrow money off someone so they can make a bet on the next big race, the next big game. There's no end to it. It's amazing how pervasive it is. The next problem with Vegas and many of the people there is how absolutely sleazy, immoral, and creepy so many of them are. Of course, if none of this bothers you, then by all means, feel free to move right in. But if you're sane and normal and would like to raise your family in a healthy environment, then I think it would be much safer to consider elsewhere. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to our show on your social media to help spread the word. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.